In this video, I'm going to be pitting the DJI Mini 3 Pro in a return to home landing precision test against three of its major rivals, the DJI Mini 2, the DJI Air 2S and the new Autel Nano Plus. So let's get into it. If you don't know already, these drones do have two types of return to home. You've got smart return to home, which is where you push the button manually yourself and the drone can navigate its way all the way back to its home point, provided you've let it pick up enough satellites before you take off. And then there is fail-safe return to home. Fail-safe return to home is where the drone possibly loses connection to the controller, okay? And after 11 seconds, it would determine that there is no longer a link there and it would return to home by itself. We also have low battery return to home as well, which basically where the drone determines that it might run out of battery before it gets back to you, prompts a warning, then decides it's going to come home by itself. So really we should trust the technology to show that, you know, these drones do have a lot of safety features built in, and it's very unlikely, unless you're really trying hard, that you will actually ever manage to lose one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this landing mat because it's the easiest way of testing a full precision. Put the drones in the air, fly a couple of 100 meters away, hit return to home on all four. Obviously, I'm going to run this one at a time. I don't fancy 4 drones trying to get to the same home point. That could be quite dangerous. And then let's just see which one does the best at the end. And like I say, just more of an entertainment piece, nothing too serious. And I would always recommend that once you get your drone back under visual line of sight by using the return to home function, you do actually cancel it and land manually. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So first up is the DJI Mini 2, and that is sat on the landing pad. We've got enough satellites, so let's go ahead and take off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the manual takeoff, the auto takeoff this time.
Take off. The home point has been updated.
So 50 meters just about do it. Let's head out, pop it into sport mode to speed the process up. I'm going to fly all of these drones to 200 meters and then just hit that return to home and see exactly where we land, okay? So this, of course, is the DJI Mini 2. And what's quite cool about the Mini 2 is the fact that even though it's returning to home, okay, you can adjust this. Now, one quick thing, you can see it's returning to home at 50 meters. For information, I set my auto return to home altitude at 45 meters, okay? But if the drone is already flying higher, then it will stick at that higher height for safety purposes. There we go, the drone is coming pretty much overhead then. And of course, I am ready to tap that landing should it miss, but you know, at the end of the day we've got enough ground around it. And that is going to miss it by a little bit, I think. And we're going to get a grass cutter situation. There we go, props have stopped. And that's where we ended up with the DJI Mini 2. Right, okay, on with the next one, which will be the DJI Mini 3. Right then, so now it is the turn of the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Okay, so that's on the landing pad. Now this doesn't say that it's got precision landing, okay, but I'm going to do something similar to what I'm going to be doing with the DJI Air 2S. Just to see if it does do something or kick in. So first of all, what I'm going to do is move out of its way so it's not detecting me. All right, and then I'm going to use the button on the app to manually take off. There we go, so that's taken off. And then what I'm going to do is just hover for a second and then go up over 7 meters. Okay, so let's just hover at 9.1 meters for a few moments, because this is what you do on the DJI Air 2S. Okay, so now we've done that, let's go straight back up, pop it in sport mode. Let's get up to that 50 meters. There we go. Let's head out to 200 meters, just like we did last time. There we go, so we've hit that 200 meter mark. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click return to home. There we go, on the app, and let's just see what happens. And one thing to mention is, unlike the DJI Mavic Mini and the Mini 2, we cannot yaw the aircraft while we are actual returning to home. It doesn't work. I wonder if this will drop the gimbal down like the Air 2S does. That might be a sign that it does have some sort of precision landing. I'm not too sure. No, it hasn't, but it has rotated to the same orientation with which it took off. Okay, so let's bring that gimbal down and see where we're at with it. Let me move out the way so I'm not an obstacle. Is it going to move onto the home point, or is it going to be a grass cutter like the DJI Mini 2? There we go. Yeah, I think we're going to miss there, guys. There we go. There, it missed and it stuck in the long grass. And that's just one of the things about this drone. Obviously landing on its belly, but it is what it is. Right, that's as accurate as what we've got that. So let's get on with the DJI Air 2S. Right, so it is now the 10 of the DJI Air 2S. We've just had the message to say our home point has been updated. Now the process is slightly different with the drone with precision return to home. What we need to do is take off and just hover, okay, for a few seconds. So what I'm going to do is, of course, press the takeoff button on the app. So the drone's going to head up to its usual 1.2 meters. And what we're going to do is just going to press up and put the drone over 7 meters, okay, and let it hover just for a few seconds. All right, and then what that should do is that should then map the terrain, and it should match that back up when it comes to return to home and land. So let's get back up to that 50 meters then. Put it in sport mode, make it faster. There you go, let's head up. Right, so let's put it back in normal mode. Then let's click return to home. There we go, we're pretty much overhead. Now that gimbal down, that's just done that automatically, okay? I didn't do that as part of the Air 2S's return to home, that's what it does. Crosshairs on point. Is he going to do it? There we go. And of course it has made it back to the pad, and that is a precision landing system. Right then, so it is now the time for the Autel Nano. I've never done a return to home test on this drone, so I have absolutely not a clue what's going to happen. The specs do say it does have a precision return to home, but basically, if I'm honest with you, the manual doesn't tell you how to actually do it or execute it. So I'm going to do something similar to what I did on the Air 2S and just see if that's what makes it kick in. So let's go ahead and take off then. And again, this does have obstacle avoidance. Let's get out the way. It's beeping like hell at us. Right, so that's now taken off. Let's head up. There you go. We're at 9 meters. And let's just see what the drone does. Okay, let's just let it hover for a few seconds. I won't lie, the over extravagant beeping on the Autel drives me absolutely up the wall, but it is what it is. Okay. So now we've done that, let's get up to 50 meters. And again, let's put it in ludicrous mode. Okay, so let's head out then. Just drop that altitude down slightly. So we're going to go ahead, return to home landing. The aircraft will ascend to 50 meters, but it's not going to because I've set it at 50 meters, so, and I'm flying at 50 meters, so it shouldn't go anywhere. Oh, accurate landing. Correcting aircraft location. Okay, so that's just popped up to say that it's doing it. Let's tilt the gimbal down. You can see the oversaturation, can't you, on the Autel? There we go, look. It's coming down. So that has also landed in the middle of the mat. So I don't think we can grumble with that at all, guys. So that is how the DJI Mini 3 Pro compares to its competitors in a return to home test. Bit of a mixed bag, but ultimately it gives you the confidence that all 4 of the drones mentioned in this video or used in this video can safely navigate their way home should you need them to, making sure that you have complete confidence in the technology that your drone is actually going to return should you need it to. But of course, as I mentioned in the outset to this video, please do, once you get your drone back under visual line of sight, make sure that you cancel that return to home landing and just land it manually. It's just better all round really for you to have full control of your drone. If you want to see more content featuring the 4 drones I have featured in this video, check out this video here where I have done a 4-way video battle, pit them against each other to see which is the best video quality. Until next time, please do consider hitting that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and of course subscribe if you're awesome. Until next time, see you again soon.